It's on!
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the November 14th edition of Disney Parks Talk Live. Do not adjust your TV sets. It is true that it is just me here right now, but fear not, there will be more. We've got a lot of traveling going on, but a lot of news to cover. So we wanted to do the show today, despite the fact we're a little short of personnel. Yes, this cut down in staffing is a little too meta. We feel like we should emulate the company that we all adore. No, we will have Mike Celestino coming on shortly to talk about stuff going on at the Disneyland Resort. We will have my wife, Rebecca, coming on later live from the Disney World Resort. And we will not have Jeremiah, because he is right now the vice president of doing anything except live stream. So, but first we want to get started with just a quick recap. One of the big stories last week was Hurricane Nicole. That came and went, thankfully, without much damage or impact on the parks. They did have to close early on the 9th and open late on the 10th. But other than that, not a lot of, I didn't see any damage pictures or anything like that. We were in the parks on the afternoon of the 10th, and everything looked pretty normal. So it's been a busy season for the theme parks and weather, but thankfully, this one was not a big a deal as the last one. So what did go forward was the holidays. And on Friday, we had an amazing 2-hour extravaganza event on Laughing Place TV. What? What's Laughing Place TV? You should know by now. laughingplace.com/TV, 24-hour Disney News channel. And we did 2 hours just covering everything going on at the Disneyland Resort between the launch of the holidays, the launch of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and Veterans Day, which had an amazing flag retreat. And Mike Celestino was one of the people there. And he was running around crazy trying to cover everything, did an amazing job. So we're going to bring him on here. I believe he is coming live from his home studio right now. And he's going to talk about some of the stuff he's been doing both at Disney and otherwise with the holidays and Black Panther.
Did I lose you, Doobie? I see me, but I don't see Doobie. Do you people hear me?
I'll be back. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know what it is between this location and StreamYard. StreamYard's fine at home. Everything else is fine, but this location and StreamYard drives me crazy. Anyway, so Mike Celestino, let's start with start at Disneyland. Let's start with Christmas. Let's see. We had a new parade, It's a Small World. What was it like being at Disneyland as Christmas launched?
It was a very exciting day. It was a very long day. We started with the media event at 7:30 a.m. We did a bunch of interviews with Disney cast members talking about the overview of what's going on for the holidays, entertainment, everything over at Disney California Adventure. And then I shot video of all the regular shows. This is Alex's video of the... Oh, this isn't even the parade, is it? Oh, it is.
Yeah, this is the parade.
This is the... Christmas Fantasy Parade. That's Alex's video. I did the nighttime version.
Shame on me for showing Alex. If you keep talking, I'm going to show your video
of
the Fantasy Parade.
I did a very sloppy video of the Viva Navidad street party, but my video of the nighttime Christmas Fantasy Parade is better. There we go.
Yeah. So you got this and that, which it does look quite different at day and at night. Even showing the same float here that we just saw in the daytime version. So you can see how cool it looks at night. I planned that.
And in addition to all the Christmas holiday stuff, there was a bunch of new Black Panther stuff in Avengers Campus and in Hollywoodland in celebration of Wakanda Forever.
I was just going to say, before we get to that, so you did get to do It's a Small World, which I'm sure you do every year. Are you a big fan of Small World Holiday?
I love It's a Small World Holiday. I actually really like that overlay quite a bit. And yeah, I did shoot a video of the full experience again at nighttime, although most of the attraction is inside, but it is cool when you're out in front of the facade and it's all lit up with the many multicolored lights.
I was wondering that why is there a daytime and a nighttime version of this? But then on the outside, it is clearly a big difference. And so we were surprised on Friday morning when we found out that not only did It's a Small World Holiday come in, but they've actually made a couple of changes, Mike.
Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of It's a Small World Holiday, the overlay that they do at this time of year. This is actually Alex's video as well, because I was in the front row. But so what they've added now for this season is there's a bunch of little 25s. The number 25 is hidden around the attraction here and there. And then they're there's at least one doll in a wheelchair. I heard there were more than one, but I only saw one or two.
There should be, they put out pictures of two. So I
Okay.
haven't seen them in the video yet. I should have had the pictures. In fact, I'll get those pictures. Did you see them in the attraction?
I saw one. I found one at the very, very end of the last room because I was panicking. I was like, I haven't found the wheelchair yet, and then it was there. You know, that last room that's like big and bright and shiny and white, and like right before you go
Yes.
through that tunnel where they're saying goodbye to you.
And
The wheelchair's
that is
right on your
just the
left.
best room in the world. Here,
Yeah.
I've got the pictures here. As Gio says, there's one in Mexico and one in the
Okay.
finale. So here you go.
That's the one I saw at the finale. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll grab the other one real quick so everyone can see. Might as well be completist here. This is the one in the Mexico pavilion. The Mexico section.
Okay, there we go. I missed that one.
So nice addition to Bright, and they didn't make a big deal out of it. It was just something that they announced via a media member, maybe CNN, something like that, and put out a couple of pictures. And I like it a lot. I'm a big fan. So, what was your impression, just in general, of being at Disneyland at Christmas? Did it feel Christmassy? How's it feel to you?
I love Disneyland at Christmas time. It's definitely it's a toss up between Halloween and Christmas time for me. I just love the feeling of Disneyland at Christmas time. There's a chill in the air. You got the fake snow soap bubbles, the lights, everything. Oh boy, it's tough to choose between Halloween and Christmas time. But I'd say I might lean toward Christmas because the cold, the weather gets a little crisper, and I enjoy that.
What did you? How's the castle looking this year? I should have had a picture of that ready. But how's the castle looking this year at Christmas?
It's looking nice. Got the snow on the rooftops, and I didn't get to see the fireworks. Unfortunately, it got canceled on Friday night because of winds at high altitudes, but we would have had a video of that as well. But I did get to do World of Color, Season of Light, which I really, really enjoy. It's a great show.
Yeah, that's, I'm not a huge fan of World of Color. I don't know why I have so much trouble finding the World of Color video. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of World of Color in general, but the video of seeing it, it just looks, honest opinion, does it look better on video than it does in person?
No, I think it's great in person. There's that sequence where it's about Goofy decorating his house and everything goes crazy, and they utilize the Incredicoaster track behind the Paradise Bay there, and there's just so much going on all at once. It's really kind of overwhelming and hilarious too. Love it.
World of Color Seasons of Light is back. Viva Navidad, you mentioned that parade. Now, you said your video wasn't very good. You sent that video to me right after you did it, and we showed it on that 2-hour stream we did, and I was rocking so much. That was so cool. Oh. I love that thing.
Well, what happened was I ordered, so I had like 45 minutes between things that I was covering. It was a long day, and I was like, let me get lunch in this 45 minutes. And I have allergies, so my food always takes longer to prepare than everybody else's, but this time it took especially long, and I only had like 10 minutes to eat. So I was like rushing through, and my hands were gross and like slimy, and I didn't have time to like wash my hands after I was done eating, and I forgot to grab napkins. So I was like slipping, sliding all over the place. And I didn't get to the media section of the show early enough, and I had the second row. I wasn't, usually I like to be right up front, so there's nobody in my way. But hopefully it came out okay.
This is why we need a Patreon with just a constant behind the scenes when we're at the parks covering stuff. That's what people want to see is Mike Celestino wolfing down his gluten-free dinner or lunch just before
my gluten-free Pimini sandwich from Pim Test Kitchen.
Wow. Yeah, this is a good-looking thing. All right. So I think I've seen it twice, and both times went meh. I need to give World of Color one more chance. Need to do a dining package, get a good seat for it. And yeah.
Oh, the other thing I want to mention about World of Color is I have a Magic Band now, and it was reacting through the whole show. I didn't know if we wanted to. I could have put my wrist in the shot through the whole thing, but I figured, the show's been gone a few years. This is the first time it's been performed since I think 2019,
Right,
or
yeah.
that holiday season anyway. And I just figured people would want to see the show without my wrist in the shot. But maybe next time I'm there, I'll try to get the Magic Band reaction to it.
Your Magic Band plus wrist did star on the front page of Laughing Place for more than 24 hours. That's so long ago. So, all right. And then the other big thing. One more thing. One other video you got. This was my favorite video of all. You just got a quick video of this singer singing "We Don't Talk About Bruno."
Oh yes, that was me.
Yeah, I know it was you because edited out. We had your setup for the video.
Right. Sorry, I'd forgotten about this. But yeah, this is one of the bands that performs at the Paradise Gardens stage, which is transformed into the Viva Navidad section for the holiday season. And they did an excellent cover of "We Don't Talk About Bruno."
I agree.
They did an abbreviated version for the media.
Okay, so we're gonna change things around a bit. Rebecca actually has someplace to get to, so if I can just take you off mic, don't go anywhere. We're gonna come back to you. Let me get Rebecca on here. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, Judy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
All right. So you were at the reopening of Blizzard Beach yesterday.
I was.
Go ahead. Why don't you tell us what it was like and what you saw?
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the weather didn't cooperate. It wasn't like a beautiful sunshiny day after the first opening moments. But we were able to see the new Pikes Peak, play on Pikes Peak, obviously, Pikes Peak, where they've added snowies to the kids play zone there with the water that's, just kind of wading water. Nice little fountains via the snowies. And they also have Anna and Elsa playing in a melting ice fort. Once again, you've got the fountains that you can kind of, choose to interact with. They don't just surprise you out of the blue. They're there, and you can kind of move through them. A nice area for the kids to play. Unlike Blizzard, unlike Typhoon Lagoon, you don't find quite as much sand here in this zone. It's off to the side, very easy to avoid. And also there's a ramp, a conveyor belt that they've added on the upper edge of the park where Runoff Rapids is. That's where you can choose between 3 tubing slides, and it used to be that you would have to lug that tube up the mountainside. And now it's loaded for you, cast members loaded in there, and then when you get to the top there is a tube waiting for you at the top of the mountain. It was nice to see that the elements that we're so used to at Blizzard Beach, the melting snow family, the ice gator is still over there at the kind of what I think of as more like the teen zone, the little older kid zone. So he was still there. His silhouette is still smashed into the side of the souvenir shop. So Gator is still highly visible. One of the things I kind of wondered before I went to the park, but I'm trying to think if there was anything else in particular that jumped out at me as new, and there wasn't anything that I can think of just kind of right here thinking about it.
Well, maybe not new, but I mean, you did get to meet Goofy.
Oh man, and he was there for the media breakfast that they served us. What they did was, in order to offer the media, especially like Instagram and social media content creators, a chance to create in that kids zone without just the public there, which I thought was really thoughtful because we want to showcase it, but that can be a very awkward dynamic. So they had a media breakfast. And then they let us into that zone prior to park open. And so, yeah, we had Goofy over at breakfast that morning.
Yeah, and today is Bill Farmer's birthday by sheer coincidence. So happy birthday, Goofy. How about that?
No, he was looking good. He had a blue outfit on. It was very winter, looked ready to hit the slope. So a nice photo out there. But for guests who are visiting during this holiday season, they do have Santa in kind of a more holiday style. He's got red Bermuda shorts and some high top shoes. So yeah, exactly. Santa showing off his holiday kind of vacation style, and he's got a nice button-up shirt. He looked pretty chill. It was nice.
Pretty chill. So,
Thank you.
so my wife is 3,000 miles away from me right now for Blizzard Beach, and also for Christmas. Right now, you're at the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Is that correct?
I am. Can you see is the Space Mountain coming out in the background there?
Yeah, we can see it. Looks like it's lit green back there. It's like very
Yeah,
envious of something. Yeah, here, let me make you big.
it is. See here. Let me totally. And
Yeah.
then you got that going on. When I turned my camera, it made everything upside down this time. It worked earlier today, but
We see the snowflakes on the former power company, I think.
there you go. Now you got some action.
Oh, that's so cool. Sorry, we have video of this on our site, but that doesn't mean I've seen it. That's really cool.
We do. They also have some nice Christmas designs over there by the Tomorrowland Speedway as well, and a bit of a rockin' musical soundtrack over there. I want to say a lot of Mannheim Steamroller music that we hear so frequently this time of year. But I'm actually getting ready to head over. I want to catch the show here at the Tomorrowland stage because it looks like a lot of fun, something a bit different this time of year. So
well, before you run off, one more Christmas question: have you had any good food?
Oh, I have had so many delicious items. My favorite, though, right now is the peppermint chocolate cookie that was over at the Contemporary Resort. I mean, obviously, the Grand Floridian gingerbread for me is unparalleled, but this was something new for me. What was surprising to me is the 3 cookies that are offered over there at the Contemporary are all very soft. It's a sugar cookie, a gingerbread cookie, and a chocolate peppermint cookie that I tried, and they were all very, very, very soft, not crispy as I kind of expected, just based on their look. Oh, and then today over here at Magic Kingdom, I tried their new item at Pecosville Cafe. It is the Texas size sweet potato pie. It has a super sweet marshmallow meringue on top with candied pecans. So that topping is super sweet. But then when it's married with that sweet potato pie filling, it kind of cuts it down on just how sweet it is. And so it's a really nice blend of flavors. I enjoyed it. The crust held up okay for kind of a singular person pie, and ours came straight out of the cooler, and so it was so chilled. So we're having a lot of I'm having a lot of fun, and yeah.
So yeah.
So what else did you need to know, Mr. Doobie?
Well, food is a big deal for the holidays for you, as it should be when you're covering these things. So I'm sure we're going to have lots of pictures, and I suspect you'll be writing an article or something for Laughing Place when it's all done, doing kind of a roundup of some of the holiday treats. You were at the Contemporary today to see their new gingerbread display this year, 5-legged goat and all, right?
I'm sorry. Try that again. Something came by was loud.
You said you were at the Contemporary today to see their new gingerbread display, including a 5-legged goat.
Yeah, that's where those sugar cookies and chocolate peppermint cookies were all really soft and moist. But the display itself is a gingerbread castle, and it spread throughout the castle. You can find this 5-legged goat design that's so famous from the Contemporary mural artwork by Mary Blair, legendary Imagineer. And like I say, they've hidden this little goat all through. Not only can you buy it as a sugar cookie, but it's hidden throughout the mural. So it was fun. Spotted a lot of kids trying to find the goat hidden in over there. Hi, Kitty.
So, all right. So I'm glad you made some time for this. I know you're at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. It's the media event tonight. You've got a lot to do, but I love being able to go to people live in the park. So thanks, hon.
Thank you. Bye. Love you, honey.
I love you. I'll see you soon. All right. Back to Mike Celestino. I love you too, Mike, but not quite as much. I must admit. All right. So let's move to Black Panther. Black Panther also debuted. And this was our introduction. Are we allowed to say to her? I don't know what's a spoiler. And
I would say it's revealed to be a her in the trailers. So right,
okay. I don't know. Okay. Black Panther's here. So what was that like?
It was a long wait. We got bad info on when this was going to start, but it was just a little show. It was a little intro to the character. The Dora Milaje came out and talked about how the new Black Panther was there. She came out and bid the crowd a welcome. No, she was welcomed by the crowd, and then she stood guard. She stood watch up there on the top of the Avengers HQ building as the Dora Milaje happened. The show happened down on the ground. I never saw her come down, but I know I've seen pictures of her down on the ground interacting with guests and stuff. But
So you didn't get to see her just doing a meet and greet, but that does occur.
apparently it does. I had bad timing there though. We did get to see the new M'Baku show.
Yeah. So while we were live streaming the parade on Friday, you were at this show, and then you sent us the video right after, and it was fun. I watched this with everyone else as we showed it for the first time, and I was just cracking up. This show was not at all what I expected, and I absolutely loved it. What was it like to be there?
Oh, it was really fun and very funny because it is an audience participation show. He does select 3 audience members to come up and play a little part in this. It is sort of like the Dora Milaje training, except it's more interactive, obviously. And one of the kids that he brought up was just so enthusiastic and was really, really playing to the crowd and just chewing the scenery. And it just got so many laughs. That kid in the middle was really, really into it in a way that was very entertaining.
It was really adorable.
Yeah.
I so loved this show. I'm shocked how much I never expected the performer who plays M'Baku. Hilarious, just such a good show. And you got to be on your feet. You never know what these kids are going to say. I mean, he was asked to do, I think, a dog here, and he comes out and goes like this.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. All right. What else? So I saw you put up a video of a Black Panther dedication. Is that what it was?
Okay, so yeah, in the courtyard of the Hyperion Theater, which is kind of on the border of where Avengers Campus meets Hollywoodland at California Adventure, they have taken out a lot of the PIM test kitchen signs, because that used to be a PIM test kitchen like spillover area for the seating, and they've put in some Black Panther stuff, including this big statue that most of the day it just acts as a photo op backdrop, but at dusk, which is right now around 5:15 p.m., they have the new Black Panther come out and do this little tribute ceremony to, I believe, the previous Black Panther, and the thing lights up and there's some music that plays. It's just this little touching moment. I don't think that many people knew about it on that first night. We got tipped off by an Imagineer in the morning to come back at that point. So we were lucky that I got video of that first day, but people should go and check this out. I think it happens nightly as dusk comes around.
Just watching it here is like emotional. Yeah. It's amazing. And of course, every video that I'm showing you here, I'm showing you from our very own YouTube channel, so you can go check all of this out at your leisure, or put on Laughing Place TV and check all of it out at our leisure as we show you most of this stuff. All right, so that's Disneyland, but holidays apparently occur other places too. Where you been?
Yes. So after, I think it was like an 18-hour day, between driving included, at Disneyland on Friday, I went down to Sesame Place, San Diego yesterday. No, this is Saturday. It's all blending together for me. It's called A Very Furry Christmas is the name of their holiday season event. It's the first time ever, I believe, that this park has been open during the winter time, because it was previously SeaWorld's Aquatica water park. Most water parks in California are not open year round. It's a little too chilly for that. So it is now Sesame Place San Diego, and they are going to be open on select dates through the holiday season. And they're doing this Very Furry Christmas, which has some Christmas time shows, meet and greets, and there's a dance party. And this is the Sesame Street Christmas parade that happens during the waning hours of the park being open.
Awesome. And then Knott's Berry Farm, they haven't had their Christmas event yet, right?
Knott's starts on Friday.
Okay, I think we're going on Sunday.
Yeah, you guys are gonna go.
You can't make it. So sad. Rebecca and my family, we have to go to Knott's Berry Farm. Boo hoo, poor us. So Kyle has a question. He would like to know how to get to see that parade.
Somebody asked me this on Twitter as well, and I said You take the 5 South to the 805.
Mike has no time for this stuff. No time at all. All right. Let's see. Anything else you got any thoughts? Since our last show, though we've talked about it extensively on other shows, the Adventureland Treehouse has been announced for Disneyland. Did you get to see that at all on Friday? What's happening over there?
Well, they've put up the art that was revealed on Disney Parks blog. That's now on the construction walls around the treehouse in Adventureland. And yeah, I think like many people, I was surprised to hear that they are going back to a treehouse that's inspired by Swiss Family Robinson, because many people were predicting that it would be some other type of more, contemporary IP such as Encanto. But yeah, I think pleasantly surprised, I would say, because it is a little bit more of a classic take on that attraction. I'm curious to see what they're doing with it. Obviously, they're updating it for more contemporary guests, but it is inspired by that film from decades ago. And I know is there a new Swiss Family movie or series coming to Disney Plus?
So apparently they've announced a new series based on Swiss Family Robinson coming to Disney Plus. They announced it, I believe, about 2 years ago. There's been no further info on it, and there is no connection made by Disney between this treehouse and this show. None. They did not mention the Disney Plus show in this press release. There is Society of Explorers and Adventures not on the press release, but you can see the logo in the concept art. So that's got a lot of people thinking that there's a connection there. And they've talked about the family itself, which has a daughter who's an astronomer, I believe, and the original movie does not have a daughter. So maybe that's a reference to the upcoming show. Here, I'll make it nice and blurry for you, but this right here is the SEA logo turned on its side. So a lot of people, that has a lot of people very, very excited, including my son, I believe.
And we don't know do we know a date for that? We don't have a date.
We have what did they say? Kyle, help me out. I think it was 2023, maybe even early 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I was saying it's going to be very strange when that first opens and there's a line, because I literally cannot remember there ever being a line to get into the treehouse in my Disneyland going. I mean, I'm sure there has been at some point in the past, but not in my experience.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I remember when it became Tarzan's Treehouse. I was there in 1999. I do not recall a line to go through the treehouse. I mean, obviously the whole thing is one giant line, so in a way.
Right.
I do not require that extending like way out towards Indiana Jones or anything like that. We have it written as slated to reopen in 2023, not early. Okay. So I am mistaken there. But that is pretty exciting. And the Adventureland Treehouse, inspired by Walt Disney's Swiss Family Robinson, I believe is the second longest attraction name I'm familiar with, behind only the Walt Disney Story featuring Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. So there's a competition going on here. I'm curious if it'll remain the Adventureland Treehouse. That is such a generic name. Someone made I wish I had gotten this, a hilarious meme. The boat ride inspired by Pirates of the Caribbean.
This is the New Orleans Square boat ride, yes, inspired by Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yes, indeed. So anyway, so anything else you've done? I want to talk in a moment about something you've got upcoming, but anything else you've done over the past few days?
That's parks related?
Yeah. Not, I'm sure you've been to dinner or something, but...
Well, no, I had that Fraggle interview, but that wasn't part.
Go ahead and promote your Fraggle interview.
Yeah, well, earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, I got to talk to the showrunners, the producer, and a couple Fraggles from the new Fraggle Rock series on Apple TV Plus. And I was excited to do that. Very thrilled to be able to talk to all those people and the Fraggles. But the Fraggles at that point were characters that are not currently performed by their original performers. As a Muppets geek, I was slightly less excited than I would have been if they had been the original performers. But this week I got to talk to Uncle Traveling Matt from Fraggle Rock, and it was the original performer Dave Goelz, who you know as Gonzo from the Muppets, and a bunch of other roles from Jim Henson Company history. And he, it's just really an honor to speak to this fictional character that I've literally been watching on TV for 40 years. Like, Fraggle Rock premiered in 1983. I was 3 years old, and I was a fan from the very beginning. And now I got to talk to Dave Goelz as Uncle Traveling Matt, same performer, same character from when I was 3. It's just really surreal, and it's up on our YouTube channel right now.
Yeah, you definitely just went up. Go check it out. Mike is a great interviewer. You will enjoy it, I promise. Now, you have talked to umpteen famous people throughout your illustrious career, both with us and your prior affiliation. Where does this rank on, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm talking to this person?
It's definitely in the top 5, I would say. So when it comes to Muppet performers, so I used to say Muppeteers, but I was corrected by Frank Oz. When I interviewed him, I talked to him on the phone for half an hour. And Frank Oz, of course, is the performer who originated Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, a whole bunch of Muppet characters, and of course Yoda in The Empire Strikes Back. So that was incredible. And he corrected me and said we prefer Muppet performers, not Muppeteers. So now I've changed my ways. So that he's probably number 2, Frank Oz, and then Steven Spielberg was number 1, even though I only got to ask him one question. Scooter might be like 6 or 7, I would say.
So you got to ask Steven Spielberg one question. What question was that?
I asked him about John Williams because it was for the BFG, and I just asked him about his working relationship with John Williams and how, what the process actually is of his, what Spielberg's contribution to the scores are and how what the back and forth is like between him and John Williams and coming up with the score for the film.
Wow. As a filmmaker yourself, I don't know if everyone knows that, but Mike is a filmmaker as well. That must have been.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Talking to Steven Spielberg about John Williams, definitely a high point of my life.
And coming up, Life Day. You're also our Star Wars week around here. You got any plans for Life Day?
So yeah, Life Day is this coming Thursday, the 17th. And I will be going to Disneyland at some point that day. So that's also the day of the Willow press junket, which I'll be participating in. It's a virtual thing, so I'll be doing it from home, but we're going to plan it around then. I don't have the exact times yet. So either before or after that, I'll be heading down to Disneyland to see what's going on down there for Life Day on Batuu.
And my wife, who's in Florida, is planning to be at Hollywood Studios on Life Day. So we're hoping, Laughing Place TV, laughingplace.com/TV, we're hoping that we can do some coast-to-coast stuff there on Life Day for all of y'all. So we'll do our best for that. Just stay tuned to all our Laughing Place socials to know. Mike, thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy guy. You got a lot to do. What are you working on right now? I'm just curious.
I just caught up on a bunch of stuff. I've got a couple book reviews on the way. I'm reading The Art of the High Republic right now. I plan to have that book review up tomorrow at some point.
And are you now in agreement with me that Andor is the best thing Disney Plus has thus far done?
I really like Andor. I think, to me, The Mandalorian feels a little bit more like Star Wars than Andor does, but I do really enjoy Andor quite a bit. I think it's a very different take on the franchise that doesn't quite have the same tone. I think a lot of people would agree. It's not tonally, it's very different from the Star Wars that we know and love, but I think it is really well made.
It's been fun to watch its acceptance ascend as each episode goes. And for me to be able to say, I was there from day one thinking this is awesome. So thank you. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I called it a slow burn in my first review. And I was saying on the podcast how the reception to it has also been kind of a slow burn. Like people weren't sure what to make of it at first, and now, especially with the way this last arc played out, the prison arc, by the time it got to that last episode, spoiler alert, it's the big escape, the big prison break episode. I think people were very much on board by that point.
Andy Serkis, time for his Emmy. He doesn't have one already.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
You're
will
welcome.
Talk to you soon. Mike Celestino, everybody. Star Wars reporter, Southern California theme park reporter for Laughing Place. All right, so let's get back to Disney Parks Talk Live. Unfortunately, all you've got is me from now on. So if you'd like to be a part of Disney Parks Talk Live, obviously you can use the chat. But if you're particularly interesting, just send me a link. Maybe I'll send you the StreamYard link. You can come join me live. All right, so Christmas, of course, has also started at Walt Disney World. They've got, as you know, my wife is at Very Merry Christmas Party. They've got, so she got to see the Awakening show at the Tree of Life. She says this is just spectacular. better than you might think. So go check that out. It's they have the Beacon of Magic. All 4 parks have a Beacon of Magic, and the Tree of Life, of course, is in the Animal Kingdom with tons of cool stuff to see. Got a full video up there of the Christmas version of the Awakening show. Definitely go check that out. Also, at the Very Merry Christmas Party, there's fireworks, there's parade. We've got full videos of those. Space Mountain has a holiday overlay, which is crazy to me, but you can go check that out on our site, as well as Monsters Inc. Last Floor has a holiday version, which is pretty hilarious thought. And again, all of this up there. There's also some various smaller shows that got rained out on our first day there, but Rebecca's there today to try to get more video of all of that, because we love to bring video. Yes, Kyle. So one of the things that came out today, this is completely unrelated. We're not officially done with the holidays. You're gonna have to wait, Kyle, because the holidays have also come to Universal Studios Orlando, and that's really exciting to me. Universal Studios Orlando, in my humble opinion, is one of the best places to go for the holidays. They have, get through some of this, obviously tons of decor. Sorry for the scrolling on camera. Beautiful tree, day and night. We're almost there. But they have a parade featuring Macy's balloons. It's a different kind of parade from Very Merry Christmas, but I so love this parade at Universal Studios Orlando. Absolutely love it. Tons of characters, of course, but the best part is the balloons that are floating. They use guests. You can see here, they use guests to hold the balloons, so you can be a part of the parade if you'd like to be. And it's like being at Macy's at Universal Studios Orlando. I love this parade. No joke. And then the other thing I love is over at Islands of Adventure, they of course have Dr. Seuss. They turn it into Whoville, and they have an incredible show. I keep saying this, but probably my favorite stage show of all the theme parks. It is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I love this show. Grinchmas Hula Day Spectacular. Call me wrong, but it feels like How the Grinch Stole Christmas to me. I love this show. It has that beautiful song, "Where's Christmas? I truly do believe." And it hasn't gone for the past couple of years, I believe. I cannot wait to see this show again if I happen to make it back this holiday season or wherever I do. One of my absolute favorite things. So probably with a lot of gaps in between the floats. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Gio. I should, but I'm not. Let's see. And also the Universal Studios, they always have their tribute store, it's like a fan favorite thing to have the tribute store and what they decide to do there at any given time. And right now it is the holiday tribute store. So you can go in there. Usually you'll see things from holidays past, or stuff from the parks past. And so this is some of the fun stuff you can see there. We have a lot of pictures on our website of this. Go check it out. Let's see. So Kyle says, thoughts on the muster drill change DCL. So Disney Cruise Lines announced just today that they are going back to the traditional muster drill. Once COVID started, they changed it from the traditional muster drill, which of course requires everyone to gather together, to a do-it-yourself, where you simply have to go to a location, your muster location. Muster is what you do in case of an emergency. You go to a certain location, that's where you meet, and then they can board you on a lifeboat if they need to. But you need to know where to go so you can board your lifeboat, because they're spread all around the ship. So one of the first things they do on your cruise is they do what's called the muster drill. Traditionally, they say time for the drill, everyone goes to their location, they check off so they know everyone showed up, and then, okay, go about your business. During COVID, they changed it to where each individual person just has to go to the location, take a picture of the location with their app, and that proves that they know where their location is. And it's been that way since COVID started. They are going back to the old way of simply everyone gathering at the location. Not as convenient, because the new way means you could just do it anytime. Not anytime, but you didn't have to do it at 4:00 when the muster drill is. From the time you get on the ship until you sail away, you could do it. Now they want you to do it as a part of the regular drill at a certain time. You don't have to wear the life jackets anymore. In the beginning, you had to wear the life jackets, which was so cumbersome and so hot. You don't have to do that, but you do actually have to show up at the right time, get checked off. Apparently, this is not a requirement of the Coast Guard, or whoever's in charge, because other ships are still doing it the take a picture way. But Disney is choosing to go back to the more traditional way. I presume it's simply a matter of safety. That's the primary concern. I don't know. I have no insights, but that is interesting. My thoughts on it, I don't mind it that much. I did mind it when you had to wear the life jacket. That's so hot and hot, but without the life jacket, I don't mind it so much. Just another opportunity to gather and meet people. I love to meet people. I don't mind. All right, we've talked about Blizzard Beach reopening. Just a couple more things I wanted to show you before we're done. Over at Disneyland, back at Disneyland, as you know, they are building the villas at the Disneyland Hotel, a DVC, Disney Vacation Club at the Disneyland Hotel. Yeah, maybe it's a good way to meet your neighbors. I like to meet my neighbors on a cruise ship. People talk about on a cruise how they want their own table. I don't want my own table at dining room. I want to meet other people. I love to talk to other people about their experience on the cruise, what they did that day. Maybe my son can make a new friend. I completely love the fact that a cruising is a community thing. And for these 3, 4, 7 days, you're in this space with the same people that you see over and over and over again. And at least for that period of time, just become part of a new community. That is one of my favorite aspects of cruising. Cruising is most definitely a community vacation, and I love that about it. All right, so the Disneyland Hotel, the villas have been topped off. That's a ceremony that you do when you put the highest point up there. And Disney put out some pictures of that occasion. So these villas are coming to the Disneyland Resort. Again, I said they're DVC, Disney Vacation Club. You can see the construction already over by the Disneyland Hotel, coming along very nicely. And will be opening in 2023. That is the estimate anyway. 350 Vacation Club rooms. There's already 71 at the Disney Grand Californian, but these are the first at the Disneyland Hotel. 2 more things. The Swan and Dolphin Food and Wine Classic. What I love about this event is Mac gets to go, Mike Mack, one of our team. He loves it so much. He has a great time. And the fact that he loves it so much means we don't have to pay him as much that month because he got to do this cool event. So it saves us some money. And it's only one weekend, so you can go read about it on Laughing Place and realize why you should do it next weekend. Because Mac is a huge, huge fan of this. He always tells us what a great event it is. The Swan and Dolphin Food and Wine Classic continues to be one of the best events of the year at Walt Disney World. It's a great way to sample some amazing restaurants, check out some local businesses, and most importantly, just have a great time. It is well worth the price of admission, and I cannot recommend it enough when the event returns in 2023. So go read our article and let Mac convince you why Epcot's Food and Wine is not the only food and wine you should be doing in the Orlando area. And finally, I wanted to show something going on way off in Tokyo. Do we have the video? I sure hope we do. Come on, peeps. All right, I got it. Don't sweat. Give me 1 second. See, Food Festival at DCA has already started too. Yeah, though. So I didn't mention that, but at DCA, whenever they do these holiday things, they also do. Oops, sorry. Okay, whenever they do these holiday things, they do same thing at Epcot now. They do marketplaces where you can eat to your heart's content. Little tapas, like food. Originally, it was a food and wine thing, but now it's at Flower and Garden. It's at Festival of the Arts, and it's a Disneyland Festival of the Holidays. And so that is going on at Disneyland right now. You can go check out all the menus on lastplace.com, see what they all look like, and make plans for what you want to eat on your next trip to the Disneyland Resort. And in just 1 second, I am going to show you what I want to show you, and then I think we will be done here. Let's see. Oh, one other thing I forgot to do. Very Merry Christmas cruises have begun on the Disney Wish. This is the first year that the Disney Wish is having Christmas, obviously, since it just launched this year. And so they are having their Very Merry Christmas sailings right now. And they have tree lighting, they have a gingerbread house, and you can go check all that out if you're going on the Disney Wish. If not, you can see some of it on Laughing Place or around the interwebs. I saw some great tweets from the Disney. Frankly, I recommend you go to the Disney Cruise Line blog. It's a great website for following Cruise Line, and they've got some great pictures and videos of what's going on the holidays. All right, here is what I wanted to show you guys. This is Believe Sea of Dreams at Tokyo Disney Sea. I know we're always jealous of the cool things that Tokyo gets. Here's one more thing to be jealous of. this just looks amazing to me. Yet one more reason we need to go to Disney Sea. So this show just started in the past few days, and yeah, they don't do anything halfway at Tokyo Disney Sea. It looks absolutely spectacular. And so this is actually B-roll video that OLC put out the day after the show debuted. By now, they may actually have, someone may have a full video out on YouTube. I haven't looked, but you may want to go look for the full video on YouTube because I think it's worth watching. I'm hoping to watch it with my son soon once I find the full video. Gio is waiting for the CEO to speak about the other topic. What other topic are you referring to? Are you referring to the impending layoffs and hiring freeze over at the Walt Disney Company? As far as we know, what we suspect, that's true. The building in the background there is, I believe, the Miracosta Hotel. So there are people sleeping there. And imagine forgetting the Petra blackout curtains, and here come the spotlights. So Disney has announced some layoffs. We do not believe those are going to be coming from the Parks division, or DPEP as it is, Disney Parks Experiences and Products. We expect they'd be coming from some of the other parts of the company. Disney Plus, obviously, the division that's losing all the money, which is planned. They're supposed to be losing money, but it's pretty high losses. So they gave an internal memo to their division leaders saying that they have a hiring freeze. CNBC also reported layoffs would be coming. This is not just Disney. I mean, Amazon says they're going to be laying off 10,000 people. Meta, all the tech industry, which Disney Plus is somewhat of a tech industry, is doing huge layoffs right now. Disney seems to be caught up in it. I am not going to speak for the CEO. Hopefully, at some point in the not too distant future, we'll get him on and we'll get his opinion of such things. But I was surprised that they took it to the point of a hiring freeze and layoffs. The huge costs, were explained well, I thought, by Bob Chapek. Production was basically ground to a halt during COVID. And then all this green light stuff couldn't be made. Greenlit stuff. Once the COVID restrictions were lifted, production could just all the backlog all of a sudden went in production. Costs go up. That's a temporary thing. Those productions will complete. Costs will come back down. I don't see what a big shock it is. Obviously, you don't want to lose 4 times more than you did the same quarter last year, but and you don't want to make half as much as the street expects you to. But this seems like something that's going to naturally come back into some reasonableness. But nevertheless, Disney has placated Wall Street by saying we are cutting costs and we are cutting hard and we are hiring freeze and we are doing layoffs. And the stock has responded to that, and the stock is up. So if that was their goal, success. What does that mean for the long-term success of the company? Time will tell. Anyway, thank you for joining us here on Disney Parks Talk Live. I promise this is not the way it's always going to be. We do this with more than one person normally, but there is a lot going on in the company. We didn't want to skip this episode despite the fact that everyone who normally does the show is quite busy. So I hope you didn't mind too much just seeing my face. It's can be quite a challenge doing the hosting and managing the production all at the same time. So hopefully I did a decent job. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us. Coming up, what's coming up? Tomorrow, of course, is 7:30 p.m. We have Disney we don't. We have Disney Trivia Live. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., we have a new show we're doing strictly on Laughing Place TV. See, I have something. Let me see if this is here. Overlay. This show is brought to you by Laughing Place TV. Did you know you can also watch this show and all our shows, including some shows that only show exclusively on Laughing Place TV at laughingplace.com/TV. So if you tune in there, you'll never miss when we go live, as well as tons of news and information throughout the day about the Walt Disney Company. We'd like this to be a channel you can just either tune in when you want to get a news update, since we do news updates both throughout the hour as well as a big news update at the top of the hour. And it's also just a fun show to have on in the background as we show you slideshows and videos and other fun stuff. So if you get a chance, check out laughingplace.com/TV. Again, if you're on there, we do a lot of live shows exclusive to there, including our kickoff show every day at 10 a.m. where we look at the previous day and what's coming up in the world of Disney. So thanks very much for joining us. Thanks for giving that a chance if you do. My name is Doobie Mosley, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.